What is Cash for Honor scandal and how is Prince Charles involved? The revelations have led to the resignations of three top level employees of the charity, including Charles' close aide Michael Fasoet, the chief executive of the Prince Foundation, temporarily stepped down from his post to allow an investigation into the allegations. An investigation has found that a Saudi tycoon Al Jed received knighthood by the royal family after he made generous donations to the Prince Foundation, a charity established by the Prince of Wales, the Sunday Times and Daily Mail reported on Sunday. Similarly, a Russian banker too was promised a meeting with Prince Charles by middlemen in return for his donations to the royal charities. Scotland charity regulator has launched an investigation into his donations, which were rejected by the Prince charity and allegedly not returned to the banker. The revelations have led to the resignations of three top level employees of the charity, including Charles' close aide Michael Fasoet. The chief executive of the Prince Foundation temporarily stepped down from his post to allow an investigation into the allegations. Prince Charles, on his part, has denied any knowledge of offers for the British honour in lieu of donations to his charity. What has the investigation revealed? The Times and Daily Mail reported on Sunday, September 4, that Fasoet had quit after claims that he had helped fix an honor for Saudi businessman Fauj Mary Mubarak bin Mafouj, who has reportedly donated over 1.5 million pounds to the royal charity. The newspaper published excerpts of letters sent by Fasoet to Mahfouz, which show that in 2017 Mahfouz donated a large amount of cash towards the renovation of Dumfries House, a Palladian mansion in Scotland. Fasoet in the letter thanked him for his ongoing and recent generosity. He also offered to help secure citizenship and knighthood for Mahfouz. The letter published by the Sunday Times read, I am happy to confirm to you in confidence that we are willing and happy to support and contribute to the application for citizenship. I can further confirm that we are willing to make application to increase His Excellency's honor from Honorary Commander of British Empire to that of the KBE, Knight Commander of the British Army, in accordance with Her Majesty's Honours Committee. The British honours are extended to notable individuals who have made meaningful contributions in different areas like education, social welfare, arts, governance, and so on. Mahfouz had received a CBE in 2016 in a private ceremony at Buckingham Palace by Prince Charles. According to the Times, the event was not published in the public list of royal engagements. What about the Russian banker? Shortly after the Cash for Honor scandal broke out, the Scottish charity regulator announced an investigation into another set of donations made by Russian banker Dmitry Lewis last year. The 51-year-old banker has made a donation of over 5 lakh pounds in cash to the Prince Foundation, following which the Prince of Wales personally wrote a letter to Lewis thanking him for the contribution. The letter published by Daily Mail read, I cannot tell you how incredibly grateful I am to you for your encouragement for everything I am trying to achieve. Your support comes at such a critical time and I do so greatly appreciate it. Prince Charles also expressed hopes of meeting Lewis once the COVID-19 pandemic passes. The Daily Mail further reported that Fasoet had brokered this meeting between Prince Charles and Lewis in lieu of his donations through a middleman, William Bottrick. However, the Foundation Ethics Committee found out that Lewis in 2004 had been found guilty of money laundering, a conviction later overturned in Russia, and hence declined his donation. Lewis was then informed that his six-figure sum had been diverted to another of Prince Charles' charities, Children and Arts. This charity, however, has claimed to have never received the sum and is now defunct. At the heart of the entire matter is Bottrick, the editor of Books Peerage, a definitive guide to British aristocracy. According to Daily Mail, Bottrick had been responsible for sending Lewis funds to the Prince Foundation. Emails accessed by the newspaper show that out of the 5 lakh pounds Bottrick passed, 2 lakh pounds on two separate occasions are to the now defunct Children and Arts charity, announced 2 lakh pounds to the British businessman Winnie Parker and withheld 1 lakh pounds. The Daily Mail quoted Lewis as saying, I made two separate donations together totaling 5 lakh pounds to the Prince Foundation via Burki's Peerage. I have now learned that not all of these funds were then transferred onto the Prince Foundation. No funds at all were returned to me from Burki's Peerage. Who is William Bottrick? In the latest development, the Sunday Times reported September 19 that Bottrick had met Charles at least 9 times, despite the Prince's assertion that he had no knowledge of any arrangement made through fixers or middlemen. The Times reported describes Bottrick as the fixer who received thousands of pounds to help secure an honor for Saudi billionaire and who brokered a personal thank you letter from Charles to a Russian donor. The report reveals that last year, following Louis' donation, Bottrick and the Prince of Wales had met a castle at May in Scotland. Bottrick was given a commission of £5,000 from the donation, the Sunday Times said. The investigation traced the duo's relationship back to October 2014 when they had first met in Dumfries House. The meeting marked the opening ceremony of Marfort's Garden, financed by Saudi tycoon. Next year, Bottrick has held closed-door discussions with Marfort's Fawcett and the Prince. This was followed by a private ceremony to award CBE to Marfort's, which was kept from public knowledge but was attended by Bottrick. The report also lists other meetings in Riyadh. However, a spokesperson has refuted an allegation stating that Bottrick only met the Prince in groups and never in private. How has the Prince Charles responded? In response to the allegations, Clarence House, the British royal residence, has denied any involvement of Prince Charles. The Prince of Wales has no knowledge of the alleged offer of honours for British citizenship on the basis of donation to his charities and fully supports the independent investigations now underway by the Prince Foundation, the royalty was quoted by saying by British media. The foundation has launched an independent investigation into the matter. Fawcett, who temporarily stepped down from the post, stated that he is willing to assist in every way. Meanwhile, last week on September 15, the chairman of the Prince Foundation resigned from his post, expressing shock and dismay over the rogue activities while asserting that he and other trustees had no knowledge of them. My view is that the person chairing any organization should take responsibility if it appears that serious misconduct may have taken within its kernel, was quoted as saying by The Guardian. A day later, Deputy Executive Director of the Prince Foundation, Chris Martin, too temporarily stepped down from his post. Thank you.